Hi. So, I've just rushed home in a mad dash in the hopes of catching the last little bit of the light. So, I think I maybe need to calm down a little bit first before we get started. I'm also pretty excited because I have a new microphone. Woo. And it is so much clearer than what I was previously using, which was my phone. And so this is just going to be a rambly test kind of video where I figure out the sounds and what works and what doesn't. And so I hope you enjoy. I've always been a fan of hand sounds. And they're also the easiest ones to find props for. There's a few things that I wanted to try that I don't know whether or not they'll work. So I expect tonight might involve a lot of editing. One thing, for example, is another Christmas gift I received was a rather fetching hat. And I wondered what it would sound like on top of the microphone, muffling the sound a little bit. Anyway, I hope your Christmas / Hanukkah / Kwanzaa / whatever you celebrate was lovely. If you don't celebrate anything, well done you for saving some money. And I hope you had a lovely week in the life. I'm a bit reticent to get right in there and touch the mic because it can really make very jarring sounds if it's done the wrong way. But I might need to experiment a little with that. And I just did, accidentally. That'll be getting edited a bit quieter. I quite like nail tapping sounds as well, but unfortunately I don't have the beautiful manicured nails of a lot of content creators. In fact, mine are a little bit wonky because I play guitar sometimes, so I like to keep these ones trimmed. And I often don't bother doing those ones as well. It's also nice to have them a bit longer for finger picking. So yeah, the beautiful, very finished manicure is just not really within my reach. You might have noticed I'm not using the stereo function on the mic today. I've been playing with that a little bit and it will definitely be used in later videos. But at the moment I was just finding it a bit unwieldy. It's very tricky to get in the right place every time for the left and the right ear, and I was trying to do triggers in different ears at the same time and then talk, and of course it records in directed channels, so it didn't pick it up very well. So I'm definitely gonna need to do a bit of toggling, I think. Alright, shall we try a few other sounds? God, you can hear everything. That's just me rubbing my own leg. Anyway, yeah. I have a brush here. That I can try on the mic and see how that sounds. I'll have to be very gentle. Now I know often you see videos called mic tests, and I imagine often they're not strictly tests because the makers have already done a thorough check of how everything's going to sound before recording an assortment. As well they should. But this video is a test in the truest sense of the word. This is pretty much all new to me. But don't worry, if something really doesn't work, then I'll make sure it doesn't make the final cut. and I'm quite excited to do some role plays as well. I've been very inspired by all the incredibly creative ones I've been seeing in my subscriptions. But one thing I need to figure out is my setup. Because previously I was using my phone, so I could just pop it anywhere. It didn't really take up any space. But now, this guy kind of commands a lot of space. Needs to be stacked up, not too wobbly. So it's a matter of figuring out where to put it. I think I'm going to have to get quite creative as well with making some sort of DIY dummy head. Maybe I'll show you guys once I do, if I do. Give it some kind of lovely wig for realistic hair sounds. Because as it is, my budget doesn't really stretch to all the fancy things that I see in videos. Maybe someday. I've just noticed that I can see the neighbours' children in their garden from my window. And I have to say, I hope they don't look up and see a woman very carefully, very intently stroking a microphone with a brush. I don't want them ringing on the bell, concerned about me. I mean, maybe they should be, but I think I've got it just about under control. Okay, that's it for the brush, I think. And what else do we have? I've got a chocolate biscuit that makes quite nice crinkly sounds. I'm so sorry there, my shoulder clicked as well, so we'll call that a trigger, shall we? It is so hard to do anything without making a terrible clatter. I'm trying, guys. So this is, oh gosh, I don't actually know how to pronounce this, which puts me to shame because my parents who eat these a lot say it a different way every time. go with blue ruband, but please correct me if I'm wrong. And this one is a special flavour. It is coffee cream. And it says that it is a crisp coffee flavour wafer biscuit covered in milk chocolate. Sounds really rather nice, doesn't it? Maybe once I'm finished filming, I'll treat myself. You have to be very careful with crinkles. Because they like to be incredibly loud without much warning. I feel a bit goofy with my big headphones on, but I recently lost my little sports in-ear headphones, and it's not really negotiable with this mic so far until I get to know it. Otherwise, you know, it could turn out that somebody downstairs was listening to the radio, and it might make an entire video unusable. So I need to be careful. I might move on to something else. I think this might be quite a long one, just because I'm so excited to try everything. And another thing that I have was also a Christmas present, and it's some very fancy salt. And I really like the noises that salt makes. So I'm quite excited. It is pink Himalayan salt. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is between this and ordinary table salt, but the colour is quite delightful, I think. I'm just reading the back actually, and I'm learning all sorts, so I might as well read it to you while I play with it. So it says this is nature's purest salt. Deposited on the seabed 250 million years ago, it is free of all of today's pollutants. Wow, that's a bold claim. More importantly, it contains minerals and elements found in the human body and can help balance the body's pH and does not create acidity like processed table salt. I have to say I'm not sure how trustworthy that information is. But I had fun reading it. Do you know what? I'm going to take a pause, I think, and explore the electrical humming that I can hear, because that's not ideal. But I will be right back. Okay. Cool. Okay, so I have returned. I'm afraid I'm not sure that I'm going to get that to quieten down. Because it seems to be coming from my laptop, which I'm using to record. I really hope it doesn't disquiet you in any way. Maybe see it as a kind of digital lullaby. I'll definitely figure that out in future. But right now I think my computer is just struggling with all these fancy new things that I've asked it to cope with. So, show a little understanding for a sad, weathered old laptop trying its best. And let's see if we can't get a few sounds out of this. It's not very loud, is it? I wonder if I open it up. First, little tapping. Everyone's a fan. Almost. Maybe there's some people that tapping is to them what mouth sounds are to a lot of people. Okay, we're going to try and open it. If I can manage. It's actually much quieter than I thought it would be. There we go. Being careful paid off for once. Okay. And now just the cork. This might be beyond me and my weak arms. There we go. Et voila. Okay. You can hear it shake there, that's quite nice. I might pour it into another receptacle, if you'd bear with me. I'm going to pretend the lid wasn't already off so that I can dramatically remove it. And also get a little bit of glass tapping there. it's quite nice really, isn't it? A day to night kind of vibe. Like Christina Milian's seminal hit, AM to PM. Which I will say I never actually understood, because if she's starting in the AM, she's getting her party on in the morning, I have to imagine, and then continuing it to the afternoon or the evening, which isn't that hardcore. I might have overthought this. But really, it's a very unusual party schedule, I would say. Maybe she's starting at 3 AM because she's wild, and then she's staying up until the afternoon. That would make sense. See, making these videos, I'm really learning so much. It's not just about your relaxation, you know, it's a whole journey. Okay, I'm gonna put some salt in now, I think. Here we go. Wow, it's a perfect fit. That was fun. Smells like salt. Imagine that. And the noise that it makes when you tap it and when it's full. It's a lot flatter. Keep clinking them. Maybe I should wrap everything in cotton wool. But yeah, I got very absorbed there while I was pouring. I forgot to focus on what I was doing to the viewer. I was really just quite excited. It's like my own little hourglass. I'm gonna see if I can pour back in. Might be trickier. Wish me luck. I am losing a little bit, but not too much. And I figure, how much salt can you really need? Lovely. Why do I keep smelling it? Right. I think I'll put the cork back in. It's all gritty at the top there. Okay. So, I was discussing earlier, well, probably, if I don't keep that bit in the edit, this won't make a lick of sense. But just trust me, I was discussing earlier a hat that I received for Christmas, and I wanted to see how that might sound on top of the microphone. So, Let's crack on, shall we? I got such an urge there to treat it like a puppet there. I mean, it feels quite natural. But I won't do that to you. I figure the last thing ASMR viewers are looking for is a Punch and Judy show. A bit too violent for one. Lots of bashing. Okay, I'm gonna put it on top now. We'll see. Am I very muffled? Not that much, actually. How about now? Wow, it still records the sound fairly well. Let's see if I give it a little scratch. It's like a head massage. I used to watch a lot of videos by the wonderful I disappeared there. That ASMR chick. And I'm just reminding myself of those because she always wore her big headphones and often just focused on the microphone. Which I have to say takes a lot of patience. So kudos to her. I mean, let me know what you think. I think this could work for a prop in a scalp massage, perhaps. But I don't think you can get too rough with it. I apologise for the lack of eye contact. I'm quite bad at focusing on more than one thing at a time. I hope you don't feel too neglected. I quite like that raining down motion. Cascading one hand and then the other. Okay, what if I brush on that? Let's find out. Spray grey ASMR, anything could happen. Well, within the bounds of ASMR, within the bounds of my budget, within the bounds of the amount of effort that I can be bothered making. So in retrospect, that might have been hyperbole. Sorry. You know, one idea that I had when I was thinking about doing this video. Oh, it's embarrassing. Since this is the Blue Yeti, I thought, why not dress as a Blue Yeti? And just test the mic like that, but not make any reference to it. I do apologise if you would have preferred to see that video, but yeah, it's a lot of blue paint to buy, and a lot of confused stares from the neighbours' children. So unfortunately it has not come to pass. But aspiring content creators, you can have that one for free. You're welcome. I really do feel quite maternal. I don't know if that came out maternal towards this hat right now. I have no idea why. I feel like I'm really taking care of it with my makeup brush. pleasure. I've learned a lot about this microphone for starters, but also about Christina Million's partying habits. And I guess if you didn't watch this start to finish, you might be very confused. In which case, go back and watch it. Why not? You might learn something. You probably won't, but who knows? Okay, so I think I'll say my goodbyes. Good night, and